Hey guys, it's Bob Ferngren and I'm back with another 8-minute video. My videos are all about network marketing, and I am in a series of videos all about asking questions. He or she who asks the best questions wins. And I've given you some examples of questions that you should be asking your prospect. So you have someone who's interested, right? They have some interest in the business opportunity you have your hands on because you've been excited and you've said things to people like, hey, listen, with everything going on, it's kind of weird. My business is really taking off and I'm looking to add a few people right now. Do you keep your options open for extra income? See, that's a really good question. Do you keep your options open for extra income? Do you keep your options open for extra income? Here's another great question. If I could show you a way that you could earn extra income without interrupting your busy lifestyle, done primarily from home and your smartphone, right alongside your busy lifestyle, would you be interested in learning more? Ooh, he or she who asks the best questions. So you've attracted people with great questions, not trying to sell them in the first encounter. If you're trying to sell people in the first encounter, you're turning people off. You're turning people off. And particularly on the business side. I mean, there's a million gazillion get-rich-quick things. I watch a lot of YouTube videos for my personal growth, and there's non-stop pop-ups. Join this, do this, become an Amazon seller. Whatever. It might work for some people. I'm not going to knock anybody that's got a side hustle. God bless them, I suppose. Just not for me. Really, what's for me is helping people get debt free. Like that. There's a question. Would you be interested in, becoming debt free? You might think, well, that's a stupid question. No, it's not a stupid question. Of course people would want to be debt-free. But you see, people won't face their own reality. So a serious business builder kind of forces people to face their own reality. Hey, what would your life be like if money was no longer an issue? What would your life be like if money was no longer an issue? When you get money out of the way, good things really happen. It's a whole different life, guys. Take it from me. I've had money. I've lost money. I've had money. I've lost money. I can tell you, it's a whole lot better to have money. It's just where God put us. He put us in an economy that it takes a lot of money to live a quality life, especially if you want to be a giver and someone who adds to the community. Asking great questions, not talking, asking great questions. Maybe you're in weight loss. Hey, what would it be like to get back to your high school, dress size? Isn't that incredible? What would it be like? Maybe you sell products that include collagen. What would it be like for your skin and your hair and nails to be the way you want them to be? Oh, those are great questions, Bob. Why didn't I think about that? Because you're trying to tell people stuff. You're not trying to find out what they want. You're trying to tell people stuff. But when you ask them, they face their own reality. So again, that wasn't really the direction I was going. I get so excited about this because I think questions are the breakthrough. I think it's the difference between the serious professionals in network marketing and the roadkill. The roadkill, and I don't mean this to be rude, I just think a lot of people won't open up their mind and learn a few things like asking great questions. I can't even imagine going to meet a real estate person. He goes, you just go in to meet him. He goes, okay, let's go look at houses. And that person hasn't asked you a single question. How many bedrooms would you like? What type of neighborhood? What about schools? Do you want a pool? Do you like to live out in the country? Do you like to live in the city? What does your home look like that you came from? So why do network marketing professionals, talk to somebody and say, would you like to buy some of my products? Honestly, guys, this is the kind of thing that if you embrace questions, you will become so powerful. But really what I wanted to get to is that when you finally got someone to the point of a phone call, again, I've told you, people who just sell products on their wall, God bless them. I don't see anything long-term in that. What I see long-term is building relationships, people really feeling like you're in it with them. And there's no way you're ever going to have a long-term relationship with someone in business that you haven't spent quality time getting to know, finding all about them, hopes and dreams, frustrations, problems, debt, finances, all that stuff. Because isn't your job to help them achieve their goals? How would you ever help someone achieve their goals if you don't really know them, know what makes them tick, what's important to them? What dreams maybe have they laid down that you could help resurrect with them? We don't make promises or guarantees. What we do is help people come back alive by asking questions. So when I finally get through the, tell me all about yourself. Are you married? Do you have kids? Where do you live? What kind of things you guys like to do? This is when someone's shown interest. I know I'm building a relationship, right? Okay, so they've answered all. So I guess we're on this phone call because you're interested in extra income. Is that correct? Are you interested in having extra money come in, like in our case, 5 times a month? Well, that's a yes or no. It isn't. So if they say yes, I'll say, hey, well, how much money a month would make a difference? What am I doing? I'm listening. I'm actively listening. I can tell you, and you probably already know this, people who listen the best are some of the most successful people. People who talk the most because they're nervous or don't know, think they need to be the expert. People don't even like being around those. They might throw them their credit card to just get them to stop and get out of their life. But someone who really listens, they want in their life, right? So what would you do with that extra money? And I listen. And I might have to ask some clarifying questions. Like they might say to me, well, I would use it to pay off my debt. I say, okay, how much are your monthly, payments there? And what's your schedule like? Well, I owe $5,000 in credit cards. And right now I'm paying off $200 a month. So, man, if I could get, $500 a month, I could pay that off quicker. I said, okay, now it's paid off. What does your life look like? Because now that extra $500 a month, still coming in. What are you going to do with that? Do you see how I'm getting them to think and believe and create some vision? All by asking questions, not by telling. There's a time to tell. I have to get their permission first by asking great questions. The more great questions I ask, boy, the more they'll open up. I got to tell you something. There's things I know maybe I shouldn't know. But that's okay. I'm not a priest, but I do honor, not talking about other people because I just love people. And if you feel like you had to share something personal with me, which I didn't ask, a deep personal question necessarily. But if that's, a stumbling block or a mountain in somebody's life and they need to talk about it first, I say, okay, well, I understand that. And that's not who, I'm not the guy to fix that issue. But would it help if you were earning that extra $500 a month? See, that's the guy I am. I'm not the guy that's going to fix psychological problems or other things like that. I'm the guy that's going to get them in an environment surrounded by winners and champions. And if they can lay down some of the negativity in their life and get active, they can become a winner and a champion. How much money a month would make a difference? What would you do with it? Why would you put in 8 to 12 hours a week in a home-based business that's primarily done from your smartphone? Why would you be willing to do that now? You've needed extra money all along, right? I'm actually teaching them something. It's 10 to 12 hours a week, and they need to face that reality. And I'm actually implanting some things. One of the truths I'm implanting is everybody's got 10 to 12 hours a week. Everybody does. If they're choosing to do something about having a better future. They'll find people always get their must. They're always going to get their must. They don't necessarily get all their wants, but they'll get their must. So if their must is to pay off their debt, if their must is to actually be with their children, not ship them off to somebody else, if their must is to pay cash for vacations, if their must is to spend less than they earn, they'll do that, right? Once it's a must, we figure out a way to do it as humans. We always get our musts. So, let me wrap this up because I'm well over 8 minutes. He or she who asks the best questions wins. I got more in this. I'm going to stay on this topic. Let's go.